What are the 9 most important skills for your first years in consulting? Hi, my name is Johannes. I'm a strategy consultant, and on this channel, I want to help you to learn the necessary skills that will help you to be successful in consulting and also live a healthy work life balance. And today, we talk about the 9 most important skills if you want to start in consulting. And the reason we talk about that is because many people on this channel, but also my daily work in consulting, ask me about what are the most important skills if I want to start in consulting. And basically, and of course, I had the same question when I wanted to start in consulting many years ago. The issue back then was that there wasn't really a kind of resource out there that helped me to learn all the skills that I would need to be prepared for consulting. So what I did back then was that I read all the consulting books out there. I also checked for online resources. I also, asked people who had more experience, and I also, took some notes, or a lot of notes basically, and based on all the experiences that I did in or made in internships, working student jobs, or in my time as a student consultant. And I created for myself a kind of consulting preparation playbook with all of the concepts and skills that I thought were helpful for me for the preparation for my consulting career. And in the past 5 years, as a consultant now, I took those concepts, I added my own ideas, I tested those concepts, I added new ones, and throughout the past 5 years, I kind of complemented this consulting preparation playbook that I created for myself back then. And in this playbook, I kind of summarized 9 skills that, after all the years in consulting, in my opinion, really are the most important skills that you should have if you want to have a good career, especially in your first years in consulting. And those are the 9 skills that I want to talk about. And basically, I followed those 9 skills and I actively prepared those 9 skills and tried to systematically learn those skills. And this at the end got me on the promotion fast track of my company and also helped me to have a healthy work-life balance. But with that being said, I would say let's start directly into it. Let's start with skill number 1. And in my opinion, skill number 1 is that you learn how to build presentations and how to work with PowerPoint. And the reason is that, especially at the beginning, you will spend a lot of time working with PowerPoint and building presentations. Because basically, that's one of the main tasks that we do in consulting. So you should learn about how to build presentations. You should learn how to work in PowerPoint efficiently. Also, how to create compelling storylines, how to work on slides, how to make good slides. This is so important because in consulting, we make client presentations, we prepare slides for workshops. If we write studies, then we summarize our findings on slides as well. And for any kind of internal work in your own consulting firm or with the client, you will build slides. So especially at the beginning, this is such a huge part because you will spend a lot of time in PowerPoint, and then you better want to prepare. And that's why I think skill number 1 is being able to build great presentations and PowerPoint slides. Skill number 2 is that you learn how to conduct analysis and how to work with Excel. And again, we have similar reasons here, especially at the beginning. You will just spend a lot of time working with with Excel and working on doing the analysis. There is a saying in consulting that says that, in your first 2 to 3 years, it's almost guaranteed that at one time in one project you will be responsible for this huge Excel model, this huge monster of Excel model, with the entire business case in it that will drive you completely nuts. And that's a reason why you better want to prepare for that. And I had the situation, of course, myself, one project where I was responsible at the beginning of my career for building the entire business case. So you want to be prepared for that. So this means that you definitely should learn how to work with Excel efficiently. So you learn how to set it up, how to use all the shortcuts. And then you have mainly 3 things that you need to learn. First of all, you need to learn all the functionalities on how to prepare data. So this means, cleaning data, setting it up and making it ready for the analysis. Then the second part, of course, is to do the analysis. There are many functionalities, many functions that you can use in Excel to perform great and complex analysis. And then last but not least, you need to learn how to visualize your analysis. That's the last part. And of course, There are many kind of special topics like programming with VBA, or using Power People, or GoSeek and so on. But those are kind of advanced topics. I think at the beginning it's important to know what those functionalities can do, but you don't need to be a master in it, because if you are faced with a situation where you have to apply those things, then you still probably have some time to learn it. I would rather focus on the most important 20% of the skills in Excel that account for 80% of the results. And that's why for me, Excel and working with Excel and learning to do analysis is the second most important skill. Then let's jump to the next one. The next skill that you should master is that you learn how to solve problems in a structured way. You see, the thing is that we as consultants, we are hired by the client, they pay a lot of money, that we solve business problems. So the client has a problem, for example, they want to increase revenue, decrease the cost, or increase profitability, for example, and they hire a consultancy to solve this problem. So to have a structured problem solving process that helps you to get to the best results in the short possible time is really, really essential. So this means, for example, that you learn how this process works. In consulting, we have a hypothesis-based problem-solving process that we apply. So you should be familiar with that. And of course, you should also learn all the tools that help you to make this process as efficient as possible. So for example, if you gather data, you probably will do a lot of interviews. So you should learn how to do interviews. There are certain guidelines. You will have to do probably a lot of research. So you should learn how to do the research. You will be in a lot of meetings. So you should learn how to take notes and so on. So it's very important that over time you build this kind of consulting toolkit with all of the methods, all of the methodologies that help you to solve those problems as efficient as possible. So the next skill number 4, is that you learn how to communicate and build relationships. In consulting, doing a great analysis is one side of the medal, but the other side is that you are also able to sell your concept and to communicate your concept that everyone understands it in a very short time. You see, especially in consulting, there are two problems. So first of all, very often we analyze complex problems. So we need to communicate this complex solution maybe, or complex problem, in a very simple way. And also people that we are communicating with, like the top management, they don't have a lot of time. So we need to make sure that we communicate those concepts and those solutions in the best possible way so that we save time. And there are certain concepts and principles like the top down communication principle, or certain techniques how to convince in meetings or how to build rapport, that you should know, that you should be prepared with to master your first years in consulting. Also, I think it's very important to learn about different personality types, because for you as a consultant, it's important to get along with every different personality types. You see, in consulting, you work with many different personalities, different cultural backgrounds, different education style, different hierarchy in the firm, and it's important that you no matter if you have a meeting with the CEO or if you talk with the operational guys, from the shop floor, it's very important that you get along with those people. So also learning about personality types and learning how you can deal with them, in my opinion, is very important. And this skill number 4, learning how to communicate and build relationships. Then skill number 5 is that you stay well organized and productive all the time. You see, in consulting, it can get chaotic from time to time, because you work on a dynamic project and there are several streams probably and several stakeholders. So you have many different tasks to manage, and especially, if it gets closer to an important milestone like a final presentation or so, it can get really busy. So it's very important that you stay always one step ahead. So this means that you do not get drowned, in all of the information, all of the tasks, but that you stay organized all the time. And to do that, you should have several skills. Like, for example, learning organization principles that help you to prioritize, for example, and to manage your tasks efficiently. Also, if you're tired or so, then you should stay productive all of the time. Also, there are some productivity hacks that make it easier for you to use your time in the best possible way. And those are all the skills that you should learn up front or in the first years of your consulting career, because being efficient, being organized is really so important. So this includes, for example, managing your daily to-dos, also managing your calendar, managing your mails, prioritizing, staying productive, and so on. And this is skill number 5, that you stay organized all the time. The next skill is, in my opinion, that you're able to work in projects and deliver high quality deliverables. So, what does this mean? Basically, the entire work in management consulting is organized in projects. So, especially at the beginning, I think it's really important to understand how projects work in general, what your role is, what the structure is, because this is really, really crucial. Also, besides that, it's very important that you understand how to provide great deliverables. Deliverables are documents that you send to the client. So, for example, a presentation, an Excel model. But also not only documents that you send to a client, but especially at the beginning, if you're more junior and if you don't have that many or that much client exposure, then I would also consider every document that you send to your teammates also as a deliverable. And it's very important, especially if you have, a kind of iterative work approach in project teams in consulting. It's very important to know how to make sure that you meet the expectations, that you have a great quality, and that you have a great design of your deliverables. And this is what I summarize as, learning how to work in projects. So on the one hand, understanding how projects really work, and on the other hand, to understand how to produce those great deliverables. Let's jump to the next one, and the next 3 skills are more like personality skills, but I think they are still very, very important. So, skill number 7 is that you learn to develop a strong mindset. And to be very honest, this is something that consultants don't really talk about or don't really like talking about. If we talk about consulting skills, we always talk about PowerPoint, Excel, all those hard skills, so to say, because they are kind of easy to learn. But if you ask me, the really important part are the kind of very soft skills, for example, like developing a strong mindset. Because let's be honest, there will be many, many different emotional challenges in consulting. So, for example, it can get very stressy from time to time. You have maybe different tasks or several tasks, and there are long working hours, tight deadlines, a lot of pressure maybe from the client or from your project leader or partner, and you will be confronted with a lot of stress. And of course, you need to learn how to deal with that. There are certain techniques that help you to do that. Also, maybe you need to stay motivated all the time because you're tired. Maybe you are in a bad mood. Maybe there's something going on in your private life that kind of doesn't contribute positively to your motivation. So there are certain techniques, certain tools that you can use as well to stay motivated. And also, for a third example, maybe you maybe you experience some setbacks, maybe you don't get promoted, maybe there's an unfair treatment on the project. This is also something that really, really can be challenging, especially for young consultants. So learning how to deal with those challenges, in my opinion, is very important, and the best way to do that is to develop a strong mindset. Then the next skill number 8, is that you actively manage your work-life balance and that you learn how to do that. You see, there is this kind of misconception in consulting that there is no work-life balance. You probably know all of those funny consulting memes, and yes, I think they're funny as well. But one thing that I really don't like about them is that they have such a negative attitude about work-life balance in consulting. Because in my opinion, the thing is that most people in consulting never really learned how to actively work there and manage their work-life balance. Because in my opinion, it's not about the hours that you work, and it's about the hours to reduce the hours, or only to reduce the hours that you work. But the key lever, I think, in terms of managing your work-life balance, is to make the most out of your private time. And I think it's very important to learn how to do that. And for that, I think it's crucial that you learn basic principles about work-life balance, that you also take a step back and define what work-life balance actually means to you, and that you learn all the tools and techniques in order to manage each area of your life, even if you don't have that much time for your private activities that people maybe from other industries do. So, for example, you need to have some tools and tricks in order to manage your health, because you're on a project the entire time. Maybe you don't have much time to do sports. Maybe you don't have much time to take care of your diet. So you need to learn tips and tricks and techniques in order to manage your health. The same with your relationship. Of course, or most likely you will see your partner only on the weekend. So you need some tools, you need some frames that help you to build a healthy relationship or maintain a healthy relationship, even if you don't see each other that often. So there are those tools, techniques, and tricks to manage your work-life balance. And this is so important, especially if you see consulting, your consulting career as a long-term project. Then I think it's very, very crucial to learn how to actively manage your work-life balance. And last but not least, and this skill number 9, in my opinion, is that you actively manage your career and that you learn how to do that. I once had a discussion with my mentor because I was not satisfied with my project, with my progress in the firm. And he said to me, Johannes, one thing that you need to understand is that consulting as an industry provides so much opportunity, or so many great opportunities for you, that you have really, really good prospects. But the thing is that if you don't actively care about your career progress, no one else will do that. So it's very important that you understand from the very beginning that your career needs to be actively managed. And this starts with, for example, finding out what kind of promotion criteria you have, and actively developing a plan on how to fulfill them. Also, this includes that you learn how to contribute to your company, not only on a project, but maybe there's some internal work that you can do in order to really support your company. Also, you should learn how to network within your company in order to build great relationships with people who might have an impact on your promotion, for example. I mean, the key here is that you don't overdo that, because you shouldn't be political at all. But nevertheless, we have to be honest, you nevertheless need to actively manage your career as well. Otherwise, it will be hard to make progress. So those are my 9 most important skills for consulting that I see. And as I said, those 9 skills really help me to get on a promotion fast track and really help me to maintain a healthy work-life balance. So if you want to prepare for your consulting career, then I highly recommend to prepare for those 9 skills. If you want to do that, then check out my free masterclass in the link below. In the comments, there I post a link. And this is a free webinar that helps you to learn those skills. And if you're interested in that, then please check it out. Also, if you like the channel, if you want to see more such videos, then please subscribe to this channel. Also, activate the bell. This will help you that you don't miss any new video. And with that being said, I want to thank you for your time. I hope you have a great and successful day. Hope to talk to you soon. Goodbye, Johannes.